Lamar better than Vic? Yes. I'm taking Lamar Jackson over Michael
Larry
Vick.
Bird never had a bad season.
Lamar Chase is going to have 15 touchdowns.
He may still be the best player in the world.
Sports fans, we are live. Welcome to the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast. Man, what's popping, man? Dubs in the chat if you're enjoying yourself, man. I'm glad to be here with y'all, man. I just wanted to hop in here and have a little conversation with my boys. I'm on TikTok live as we speak right now. The show is rolling, so if y'all want to, join up, man, I got to get on up out of here. I love y'all on TikTok, but y'all already know when I go live, it's right here from my Twitch family. So if y'all want to be a part of this, twitch.tv/Sports Behavior Podcast, we up right now. I'll holla at y'all. But y'all already know how I'm coming, man. Y'all already know how we rocking. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to stop in here and holla at y'all and see how y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? And give some award predictions, man, because I feel like we got to do this every single season. If we not doing award predictions, what the hell are we doing? Because I need to come back on it. Like I called last year's Rookie of the Year being Jamar Chase. I got to come back on it and let y'all know how I did with these predictions. So we definitely going to talk about some predictions, man. Shout out to them. Hold on. Definitely a big shout out to the loyals over there on YouTube, man. Y'all been trying y'all best to push it out, man. I appreciate all the new subscribers. If you aren't subscribed to the YouTube, Sports Behavior YouTube, y'all already know what to do, man. The link is actually in the bio on Twitch, so you can hit that up, join up, whatever y'all want to do to support your boy. Y'all already know I'm here for it, man. I just appreciate all the love and adulation you guys have been giving out lately. Hey, man, I do this shit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I any conversation y'all want to have, man, questions and shit. Also, pretty soon I'm bringing on a few guests, but my guests will be fans. And the only way that you can get onto this show is if you're on my chalkboard. If you swipe up in the chat, I actually posted the link to join the chalkboard. Unfortunately, it's not for Android. It's only for iOS. So, download the app, join the chalkboard, and hey, debate with me on there. We have some live lit conversations on there. It's a small community right now. It's only like 200 of us in there. But I mean, hey, we kick up some great conversation on that chalkboard, and a lot of these guys give me great content, not only for TikTok, but also to bring to you guys on the show. I'm also answering one of my one of the people that's in my chalkboard. He asked me a question to answer on the podcast. So if you one of those people that want to get your question answered live on the podcast, go ahead, join the chalkboard. Also, I'm doing a jersey giveaway when we reach 500 members in the chalkboard. So if you want to enter that, the winner's going to come from that as well. Also, I'm starting up 2 fantasy football leagues, PPR leagues. If you want to have an opportunity to be in one of those 2 leagues, one is $5, one is $10, only for competitive purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to really make a lot of money off of it, just so we don't have any dead teams. But if you want to join or have an opportunity to join, I'm still letting people in, for that opportunity. So join the chalkboard. The link is actually in the chat. If you want to click it, download it, whatever, come back, make sure you in there. And, of course, head to the announcements and like which one you want to join, the $5 one or the $10 one, and I'll be picking pretty soon. I'm kind of waiting on Chalkboard to drop an update, which is why I haven't picked who's going to be in the leagues yet. But they're supposed to be dropping an update allowing me to separate the groups and whatnot, but that's on my end. Matt Stafford might be a sneaky MVP candidate. I'm not mad at that. I got Justin Herbert for MVP. I'm not mad at that either. That seems to be what I've been hearing as of late. Justin Herbert being the guy that's everybody's favorite. I think he might be Vegas's favorite to win MVP as well. But I think Josh is coming for vengeance, something like 4,700 yards and 42 touchdowns. Don't forget about what he can do rushing the football too, man. And that might be what separates him from everybody else. Also, what I wanted to discuss today, of course, some basketball. We had some debates kicking up about if LeBron or if Jordan was in LeBron's situation during his finals losses or wins, how would they turn out? We're going to get into that. I want to talk about that. And, of course, I'm going to answer a question from a fan that's in the chalkboard that asked me to answer it on the Sports Behavior Podcast, so that's what I'm going to do. But, man, let's kick it off with some of this preseason football, man. Football is back, and I'm happy. Like, I've been watching at least, like, the first quarter of every single one of these games whenever I get the opportunity to do so. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm so happy that we got some sort of form of football, man. Like, I'm like, I don't even care if it's, me, you, and your uncle out here playing defensive tackle, you know what I'm saying, and defensive end and corner. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm just happy that football is on TV and I get to watch it, man. I got something to click on and something to watch. I'm ecstatic about that, for sure. Flacco look good, man. Damn that. I don't care about no old guys, man. I don't care about no old guys. Wait, does LeBron go back to 23? No. I heard about the ruling of the NBA putting Bill Russell's number in the rafters, essentially making it so nobody else can wear the number. But they said whoever has 6 already doesn't have to change out of their number. You know what I mean? Most people probably will, but, just out of respect, they're not forcing you to change out of your number. It's just nobody could enter next season as number 6 if you wasn't number 6 previously. So that's just how it was. Trey Lance is the future of the Niners, no doubt. He looked very good. Malik Willis looked very good. That sidearm throw, did y'all see that sidearm, Malik? Malik put a little bit some on that thing. That little sidearm he threw, man. Malik Willis was looking good. Trey Lance looked good. Who else looked good? Zach Wilson, man. Man, when Zach Wilson went down with that injury, I said, oh, man, it's nothing worse than a non-contact injury. I'll tell you right here, right now. Non-contact injuries is the scariest shit in the world. That's how D Rose tore his ACL, non-contact. Doing a regular move he's done a million times, pro hop, right into an ACL tear. I just knew for sure. His ACL was torn. Then I get the report that he's only going to miss 2 to 4 weeks with a bone bruise. I said, he dodged his man. He dodged a bullet. Zach Wilson definitely dodged a bullet with that one. 2 to 4 weeks? For precautionary reasons, I would just have him sit out the entire rest of the preseason and just be ready for week 1, man, because the Jets going to need him this year, and I think they could be way better than what they were last year. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Jets, man. I hope, they dodged the serious bullet with their guy being hurt. Like, you need him. Everybody's saying this is the year he's going to take his developmental leap. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. Even Trevor Lawrence was looking decent. I'm not the biggest Trevor Lawrence fan in the world, but Trevor Lawrence came out here slinging it. You know what I'm saying? Dougie P got that offense looking real good. It looked familiar to me. The Lions look good. Like, hey, man. Max called it about them Lions, man, last episode of the show. Max called it. He said the Lions is a team to definitely look out for. So, hey, but let's get into this, man. I got some award predictions that I think make sense, but at the end of the day, a prediction is a prediction. You really don't know what angle you're going to take or where it could take you. You just got to hope that what you say is inevitably what ends up happening. But it's just based on a hypothesis, an educated guess, literally an educated guess based on the information provided to me, right? So let's start with MVP. I got 2 selections for some of these just to, widen the door for me because I couldn't really choose one. The first selection I have for MVP is Russell Wilson, right? I think I'm one of them, actually. I don't want to say people. I don't want to put this on anybody else other than myself because I'm definitely one of them. I feel like Russell Wilson's better years are behind him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think his better years are in front of him, but the situation that he's in is very unique. It reminds me of 2012 Denver Broncos when all they were missing was a quarterback. They get Peyton Manning and they go to the Super Bowl twice in 4 years. I think this smells some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this smells of that. I think Russell Wilson still has enough in the tank to be extremely productive on an elite level. You know what I mean? Like, and you got Cortland Sutton. You got Jerry Jeudy. You got those 2 running backs in the backfield, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, one of the best 1-2 punches in the NFL. You got a great defense. You have everything you need to succeed. Russell Wilson should not look back when it comes to this team. They should be confident in that locker room. They are Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. And I think just because of that, They will have a great regular season, which could lead to Russell Wilson being looked at as, hey, this guy might be an MVP candidate. You know what I mean? So shout out to Russell Wilson. And the second guy I got is Aaron Rodgers. Here's why I got Aaron Rodgers. Actually, Aaron Rodgers is number one. That's who I honestly like. If you want to say 1A, 1B, my 1A is Aaron Rodgers for MVP, right? A lot of people say, come on, OG, Aaron Rodgers. He already won it twice in a row. Well, he has the potential to be the second player in NFL history to win it 3 consecutive years. And it's crazy because the only other guy to do it was also a member of the Green Bay Packers and Brett Favre. Here's why I think Aaron Rodgers has a legit shot, probably the best shot to win MVP, right? Simply because he's an analytical god and a regular season god, right? Analytical god, regular season god. Pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. People think the departure of Davante Adams will hurt Aaron Rodgers, but I think it'll make him better. And I think not only will it make him better, I think it will make the voters see that nothing has changed with Aaron Rodgers, even with the departure of a Davante Adams, and it'll kind of force their hand into voting for Aaron Rodgers for MVP. It's like he loses, arguably, consensusly, the best wide receiver in the league, and he still is this productive at this age, at this juncture in his career. I could see the Green Bay Packers winning 13 games this year. Not only that, during the midst of winning 13 games, Aaron Rodgers goes 4,800 yards, 44 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. How could you deny him that? No Davante Adams? Because to be honest with you, I think they still got Randall Cobb. And I do believe Aaron Jones is great out of that backfield as well, catching the ball, rushing the ball. A.J. Dillon will play a bigger role. I think Christian Watson and Allen Lazard is enough for Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he needs that much help to be successful. Plus, I think that defense may be top 5 in the league by the end of the year. That defense is stout. They got the best 1-2 punch at corner to me with Stokes and Alexander. So, to be honest with you, we could be looking at a top 5 defense, which would also help on the offensive side of the ball. Then you got Allen Lazard and a Christian Watson. I don't know if many of you know who Christian Watson is. Christian Watson is the rookie that they drafted in the second round this year. This guy's all of 6'5", 230 pounds, who runs a 4.3 speed and has a 38-inch vertical. Like, understand what I'm saying here. Christian Watson, watch out. Allen Lazard is good enough. Randall Cobb is good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, I think Aaron, when voters are looking at that, they say, look at who he's doing it with. At the end of the year, they're going to say, look what he did with Allen Lazard as his number one. Look what he did with this rookie running back, or with this rookie wide receiver. Look what he did with this backfield tandem. They're going to look at that and say, how could we not vote this guy MVP? Keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown double-digit interceptions in 10 years almost. He doesn't throw picks. That's why he's such an analytical god. His interception-to-touchdown ratio is through the roof. The greatest of all time at that, in that respective group. So it's going to be hard for the voters to vote against a Davante Adams-less Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers who throws for 4,800 yards and 44, 45 touchdowns and only 5 picks. It's going to be very hard, man. Yeah, Mr. Finesse say Christian Watson is going to be a problem. No doubt. Christian Watson is a good deep threat. Yeah. This man is 6'5", 230 pounds, 40-inch vertical, 4.3 speed. Like, you never really had top wide receivers. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just my MVPs, I got Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, right? Comeback player of the year, I got Michael Thomas. Now, Michael Thomas is in an offense to where it doesn't solely have to rely on him like it did in the past when he was breaking all these records. He was pretty much the guy. You know what I mean? Now they have, in my opinion, a Rookie of the Year candidate in Chris Olave. You know what I mean? And they have they got another speedy guy over there. I forget who they got in the slot for them. But I know they got Olave who's been catching a lot of deep passes. Alvin Kamara will be back in that offense. You got Jameis Winston who's healthy and back into that offense. And then you got Michael Thomas. They got pass catchers over there. They don't need to solely rely on Michael Thomas like they have in the past. And I think Michael Thomas could come out here and get you 85 catches, 12, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that'd be enough for him to get comeback player of the year, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I can't think. Where's Cedric Wilson at? Is Cedric Wilson on that team? Where is Cedric Wilson at? Kansas City? I forget. Your comeback player of the year might be Jameis. Who's the worst fan base in all the sports? Cowboys by far. Cedric Wilson's with the Dolphins. Damn, they stacked up over there. I can't think of who their slot receiver is. I'll look it up after the show. But like I say, I don't think they solely have to rely on Michael Thomas. And the biggest issue in the past was Drew Brees' noodle arm. Especially late in his career, Drew Brees was never known for having a big arm. And Callaway, that's the guy. Callaway. He's a deep threat for them. You know what I'm saying? And he was good. He was solid last year for him. But what I'm saying, Derrick Henry, Brian say Derrick Henry, he's definitely a candidate. He's definitely a candidate for comeback player of the year. But I just think Michael Thomas, with him missing, 2 years, and pretty much him, I think the Saints will be better than Tennessee this year. So we'll see how that goes. And maybe they'll look at that as well, impact-wise. Not to say that Derrick Henry won't have the same, if not more, impact than Michael Thomas, but I just think Michael Thomas is a guy to really look at in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to choose comeback player of the year, give me Michael Thomas. What y'all think? Who's y'all comeback player of the year? Who's y'all comeback player of the year? Because I see Derrick Henry in here. Who's the worst fan base in sports? Cowboys, definitely. Derrick Henry, comeback player of the year. Callaway, that's the dude I was talking about. Cowboys are winning it all this year. You will see. That's why y'all are the worst fan base right there, because I say that shit every year. Come on, Tammy. Come on, man. Y'all say that shit every year is the Cowboys' year. I'm sick of hearing it. CMC is a great candidate as well. I like CMC for comeback player of the year. He's been hurt the past 2 seasons, and now he's 100% healthy. MT, because I'm a Saints fan. I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? So, by all means, if y'all feel like y'all got a candidate y'all want to shout out in the chat, let me know. So far I got Aaron Rodgers for MVP, and I got Michael Thomas for comeback player of the year. I got King Henry. I ain't mad at that. I got CMC. That's CMC, King Henry. Those are great options for comeback player of the year. Chase Young, another great option. He tore his ACL. He'll be back. You know what I mean? So we got some great options for comeback player of the year. YouTube, man, if y'all got any options for comeback player of the year, let me know in the chat, man. Let me know what y'all got. But I'm not mad at either one of those, Jameis or King Henry. I'm not mad at that. But let's move on to rookie of the year, right? So I feel like it's going to be a low-key player, though, like Burrow. Ain't no way in hell Burrow can win comeback player of the year after what he did last year. No way in hell. There's no way in hell. But rookie of the year, right? I talked about this kid just about 5 minutes ago, and I think my rookie of the year is Christian Watson. You could have Drake London. You could have the rookie out of, that plays for the Jets, the running back. Chris Olave is another one. But I think Christian Watson, if I'm going to couple my assessment of Aaron Rodgers being the rookie or being the MVP, I think that's going to come with Christian Watson going bonkers in this system, to be honest with you. Like, they need this cat. Like, he's not just a rookie in a system in which, he's got to blend in. No, they need Christian Watson to be all of what they drafted him for in the second round. So I think that's going to couple, Aaron Rodgers' MVP success is going to trickle down to Christian Watson as a rookie, right? And I think Christian Watson can be, 11, 1,200 yards, 8, 9 touchdowns this year. You know what I mean? Like, so I think Aaron Rodgers' success, like I say, is going to trickle down to Christian Watson. So inevitably, that would be giving him the rookie of the year. I'm saying Burrow as an example. I know he can't win him. Yeah, no doubt. Like, he snuck up out of nowhere. Burrow's like, surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody saw Burrow coming. Like, I knew Burrow was a dog, but nobody saw Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I feel terrible about Zach Wilson. I got Garrett Wilson for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nothing wrong with that. Garrett Wilson, another big body receiver. I feel bad for Zach Wilson too, but he's going to be okay, man. He dodged a big bullet. James Cook from Buffalo, that's another good one. Yeah, so I mean it's crazy, man. Zach Wilson, man. When I saw it, I'm like, that's an ACL. Ain't no doubt in my mind that that's an ACL. That's an ACL. And when they came back and said bone bruise, I'm like, oh my God. Like everything reminded me of like a non-contact ACL injury. Like I just knew for sure he wrecked his knee. Then I saw him walking off. I'm like, okay, it might be a meniscus. He's walking on it. It could be a meniscus, whatever. But, it is what it is, though. But let's move on. So far I got Aaron Rodgers as my MVP. I got Michael Thomas as my comeback player of the year. I got Christian Watson as my rookie of the year, right? Offensive player of the year. I got to go with my man Jamar Chase. Like, I have to go with my man Jamar Chase. Offensive player of the year will be Jamar Chase because he's going to – look, let me tell y'all something. Jamar Chase this year is going to solidify himself as the number one wide receiver in the league. This year he's going to double down on what he did. Give me Jamar Chase at 94, 95 catches, anywhere from 85 to 95 catches. Give me 15 to 1,600 yards. You have to take into account he has T. Higgins on the other side. Give me 15 to 1,600 yards, 1,700 yards, and give me 15 touchdowns for my man Jamar Chase. I'm not taking no for an answer. Offensive player of the year, Justin Jefferson. I'm figuring you going to say that. You know, it's JJ, you just saying it because you on the Chase. Look, man, I don't care nothing about that. Justin Jefferson about to gritty like crazy this season. Where he get the gritty from? Jamar Chase said he stole his moves. Stop stealing my man's moves. Look, Jamar Chase is about to have 85 to 95 catches, anywhere from 15 to 1,800 yards, and 15 to 17 touchdowns. I'm just telling you what it is. That's going to be your offensive player of the year. I'm telling you. Watch my man Jamar take off. Watch my mans. Look, let me open your eyes up if they ain't open already. Jamar Chase is a dog. And he's going to outperform every wide receiver in the league. Listen, everybody's saying, oh, what if this and that Triple Crown? Listen, nobody's winning the Triple Crown again, probably for another 20 years. That's not going to happen. The NFL is way too elite for somebody to win the Triple Crown that close to each other. There's only been 5 people in the history of the league to win the Triple Crown. That's not happening again for another 15 years. So be glad that you got an opportunity to witness greatness. You got to witness Cooper Kupp win the Triple Crown live in action because it's not going to happen again for a while. That is a very, very hard feat to accomplish. So that's why I keep telling you, stop overlooking some of the shit that these guys are doing. When you see a guy like Cooper Kupp come out here and put up a Triple Crown, don't be like, that's cool. Like, that's not decent, bro. Like, Cooper Kupp doing what he did last year, he had the greatest wide receiver season in the history of the league. Point blank. So stop thinking that Cooper Kupp, this and that, I got your Eagles being really nice this year. You know they're going to be real nice this year. I love everything the Eagles is. Listen, people have been asking me, OG, why you ain't been talking about the Eagles? I'm not trying to jinx my boys. I'm not. All I'm going to tell you is this. Jalen Hurts looks real good, and he looks like he's taking a developmental leap. The only thing that I think he needs to work on is his anticipation and his pocket presence because he gets happy feet in the pocket, right? When that mental clock starts to expire, he's looking for a way to scramble to the outside. I seen him in the preseason scramble to the outside on third down when the pocket was clean. You know, that was on the play where he got hit, where he got that illegal hit. Thankfully to God, because we would have had to punt in that situation. But the Eagles are going to be special this year. Offensive line, elite. Pass catchers, elite. Something I haven't been able to say since I've been an Eagles fan, that we had elite pass catching. Like, it's been a while. And I've been an Eagles fan for 20 years. So our pass catching is elite. I'm not sure about the running backs out of the backfield and how we going to figure out how to get Miles Sanders into the game, but I got faith that we'll figure it out. The defense is stout. I like what James Bradberry and Darius Slade brings as a 1-2 punch. We're not even going to talk about the front seven. The front seven is just nasty, man. Who do you think was better, Patrick Ewing or Yao Ming, and why? I think I answered a question like that before on the show. A Yao Ming versus Patrick Ewing conversation. They both in the Hall of Fame. Both are great over each shoulder players. Both had great footwork. It's a toss-up. It's definitely a toss-up. Yao Ming was a all-star in all 10 of his seasons, like on some Joe Thomas type shit. So you can't deny, the type of talent that he was. Both of them were immensely talented. But, if I had to choose one, I probably couldn't. It's a toss-up. I think the Eagles are good for like 9 wins. 9 wins? Man, give us 12. What you talking about? 9 wins? Man, you better cut it out like a coupon. 9 wins my ass. We winning 12. 10 play. Look, this is y'all finna get me talking. Let me be quiet because I'm not trying to jinx my boys. I'm going to talk about everybody else's team. I'm not talking about mine. Point blank. DPOY, right? Defensive Player of the Year. Give me Nick Bosa, right? Nick Bosa's young. He's in his prime. He's like 26, 27 years old, and I think he's got a lot of football ahead of him, right? Nick Bosa, if he can stay on the field and not have any freak accidents happen to him, I think he has a legit shot next year to win Defensive Player of the Year. Nick Bosa was, 15 and a half sacks last season? There's no reason why he can't get 20 this season. He's young, he's quick, he's fast. He's arguably the best pass rusher in the game. And I'm pretty sure voters fatigue can kick in because everybody votes for 3 people, the same 3 people to win Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Aaron Donald. Voters fatigue is inevitably going to kick in to where it's going to be between guys like Micah Parsons, guys like Nick Bosa, as productive as they can get. My Niners going to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't say all of that. I love me some Trey Lance now. I love me some Trey Lance. That's my dog. And he been balling in this preseason too. I love me some Trey Lance. But Super Bowl, you might be a little bit stretching. But I'm going to remember you said that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to remember you said that. But for my Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going with Nick Bosa, man. I think he has a legit opportunity to do so, on that edge. Let's see what happens, though. And for Coach of the Year, I'm going to go with Matt Rule. If you guys didn't watch the last episode, I made a compelling case for why I believe the one team that may shock the world this year is the Carolina Panthers. Simply, and Matt Rule and Ben McAdoo play a big part in that. With the West Coast offense and how Baker Mayfield, the weapons that he has around him and how they're going to use them, put the ball in the hands of your guys in space and let them work. I think Matt Rule will be the recipient of that because of the turnaround. They were 5-12 last year, and I can see them winning, 8 to 10 games this year, and that may be enough to wake the eyes up, especially if they sneak into the playoffs somehow. Matt Rule, I think, is going to be the recipient of the Coach of the Year because of that. Micah getting that Defensive Player of the Year, I'm not mad at that. I told y'all, I'm not mad. I'm telling you, voters fatigue is going to kick in. They are getting tired of voting for TJ Watt, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett. Those are the 3 top candidates every single year. I think the last 3 years has been Aaron Donald, TJ Watt. And people said TJ Watt got cheated last year or the year before last, and then what happened? He got it last year. So it's I ain't mad at it though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, so my final predictions for the NFL awards are, I got MVP, Aaron Rodgers, Comeback Player of the Year, Michael Thomas, Rookie of the Year, Christian Watson from Green Bay, Offensive Player of the Year, Jamar Chase, Defensive Player of the Year, Nick Bosa, Coach of the Year, Matt Rule. Now let's see where that takes us. Let me know down in the comments if you object to that or who you got for your NFL awards. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? If y'all feel any different from what I got, let me know. I want to know. But let's play a little game, right? What if the NFL had a redraft right now. You don't know who has the number 1 pick. Let's say they do it in alphabetical order. You know what I'm saying? And whoever, whoever's team starts with an A, B, is there any B? Let's say the Bears, right? Let's say the Bears had the number 1 pick, right? They do it in alphabetical order. I don't know. The entire league went up for a redraft. Who would be the first 5 picks in that draft? Out of everybody that's in the NFL right now, who would be the first 5 picks in that draft? That's a great question. I was looking at NFL Twitter and I saw somebody mention something like that, and everybody was going in different directions. And I'm like, let me bring this to the pod, man. Let me see what the sports behavior crew got to say about this. If there was a redraft in the NFL right now, who would be the first 5 picks? I want to hear everybody's opinion. Don't just sit here and just look, just watch. Let me know. I want to see y'all comments because I'm about to give you mine. Now, it'll be keep this in mind. It'll be so easy to just quarterback. But honestly, I don't think everybody would go in that route. I don't. Because what's the cornerstone to being a successful franchise, right? Games are won in the trenches. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of teams went offensive line, defensive line. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if teams go, what's the offensive lineman from Indianapolis, that left guard. Can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's arguably the best lineman in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, Brian say Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, etc. I think Aaron Donald is too old. With him being 30, 31, him being on the back end of his career, I don't think guys would take Aaron Donald first. Here's what I think. I got Patrick Mahomes going first. Simply, he's a quarterback, and he's the best at that position. And the quarterback is the most important position in the league. So I got Patrick Mahomes going number 1 overall, right? At 2, like I told you, games are won in the trenches, offensive line, defensive line. So I could see somebody drafting either a TJ Watt or a Micah Parsons at that slot, which you could argue are the 2 best young pass rushers in the league right now. So at 2, I would have to go with a Micah Parsons or a TJ Watt, right? Then at 3, I think guys will swing back to the quarterback position. And not saying that this is because this is the next guy up or he's the next best guy, but I think Josh Allen would be the 3rd pick taken simply because not only is he young, but his ability to carry your offense single-handedly would mean a lot to franchises right now. Now, I'm not saying Josh Allen is better than Brady or Josh Allen is better than Rodgers or even, better than any of these young cats. But I just feel like Josh Allen's carry ability, like his ability to say, you know what? I'm going to make every throw in this offense. I'm going to make every run in this offense. I can literally carry this offense to the promised land. His ability to carry an offense would be the reason why I think he'd be the 3rd selected player in the entire NFL, right? Just off that. I think Josh Allen led his team in rushing the past 2 seasons. Like, that's ridiculous. Devin Singletary, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Zach Moss, you ought to be ashamed that you let a quarterback lead your team in rushing 2 consecutive seasons and y'all are healthy. That's ridiculous. At 4th, I got Justin Herbert, the hot young sensation with the beautiful arm. Everybody loves Justin Herbert, right? And I'm not thinking of it for myself. I'm thinking of it in the perspective of the masses. Because y'all know me. Nah, ain't nobody going to take no wide receiver in the top 5. Wide receivers, running backs, corners might be eligible, but I don't think anybody, because wide receivers and running backs are expendable. We could find great, talented wide receivers on the back end of this draft. You know what I mean? I think the first guys that's going to come off the shelf is going to be pass rushers, blockers of pass rushers, and quarterbacks. Maybe a corner, maybe. But at 5, I got Joe Burrow, young, it factor. I just think him and it's going to be hard to fight against elite level talent at an early age at the quarterback position. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. It's going to be hard to fight against them. You know, it's definitely going to be hard to fight against them. Who gets drafted first, Jamar or JJ? Let me think about that for a minute. Jamar gets drafted first. First wide receiver off the verb would be Jamar Chase. First wide receiver off the board. Don't ask me no question like that. It's going to always be Jamar or Justin Jefferson. Give me Jamar. First wide receiver taken. He better be. Over everybody. Real talk. Also, right? People were having a conversation on Twitter and in my group chat as well. I got a group chat on Facebook full of my day ones. And we were talking about Iggy versus LeBron in that 2015 finals. My boy Jeremy goes, hey, Iggy shut LeBron down. You know, he held him to a low shooting percentage, which he did. But I don't think it was more so about Iggy's defense. I think it was more so about the fact that there was no other options on the court to work with, right? That's basically what it boils down to. When LeBron has to play hero ball and shoot, he was shooting like 30, 35 shots a game. And that's uncharacteristic for LeBron, if you know LeBron. He's not going to come out here and shoot 40 shots. That's more of a Michael Jordan thing, right? So then I start thinking, even though my boy Jeremy was wrong, shout out to Jeremy, man, even though he was wrong, you know, for thinking that Iggy could actually slow down LeBron. No, he's not slowing down LeBron. Come on. It was the simple fact that they had help defense everywhere on the court, and the only person to worry about was LeBron James. So I got to thinking, right? LeBron by himself took that Golden State Warriors team to 6 games, playing an uncharacteristic style of play that LeBron James doesn't traditionally play, playing a style of play that he's not normally known to play, being a score first, chuck up as many shots, a Kobe style, a Mike style, a Melo style. So I ask myself this question. If LeBron James could take that Golden State Warriors team to 6 games, playing an uncharacteristic style of play, what if you put somebody that enjoys playing the way that LeBron was forced to play, like a MJ, tough shots, shooting a lot of shots? Could he have taken that series to 7 and won in 7? Michael Jordan instead of LeBron in that situation? That's something that I honestly think about. And here's where my hang up is. I'm not trying to say that Jordan isn't an elite playmaker, distributor of the basketball, because I think Jordan is a great playmaker. But is he better than LeBron? The answer is no. And I think that aspect is being overlooked when taking this assessment into account, right? Because he needed Dellavedova. He needed Timothy Mozgov. He needed those scrubs to at least be productive a little bit to even have a legit chance at taking this series to 6 games, right? Would Jordan have just gotten frustrated and just said, get the hell out of my way, I'm taking all the shots? Or would he have found a way to make his teammates better? Because that's what Jordan struggled with early in his career, which is why we couldn't beat Detroit, because Jordan refused to get his teammates involved on a high level. He was trying to beat Detroit by himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's something Jordan had to learn. When Phil got in, he implemented the triangle offense, you know, which forced ball movement and whatnot. And Jordan's numbers went down a little bit, but the production of the team went up, and that's what matters, right? So that's why I'm sitting back thinking, like, could Jordan have forced a Game 7 and maybe possibly won that series somehow with like a dominant 86 Boston Celtics performance, 63 points, like, because I think that's something LeBron needed to do. And LeBron was scoring like 40, 13, and 8 in this series, but he might have needed the game where he went off for like 60. Does he have that in him? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But if you put Jordan in that situation, does he figure out a way to get it done? I'm going to leave that question up in the air. I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to just leave that up in the air. But that's something that we could discuss, right? As sports fans, just for fun, just for shits and giggles. Need a Chilltown take on that? Yeah, that's not bad. Clip it, send it to him. See what he got to say. You know what I mean? Because we could sit here and talk about the finals losses all the way through and say, hey, what would Jordan have done in this situation? And quite frankly, everybody should know the losses that LeBron James took. And the only one I feel like Jordan would have definitely not went for that is, of course, 2011. Ain't no way in hell Jordan's never averaged 16 points in his life, ever, in no situation. So there's no way in hell Jordan's averaging 16, 7, and 7 in no playoff series. It's never happened. It's never, never. Jordan's career low in a playoff series is like 29 a game. Like come on, man. Like, that'll never happen. But, you know, that's probably the only one. But before I get up out of here, I told you I got a question that I want to answer, right? If you want to get your questions answered, make sure you join my chalkboard. There's a tab in my chalkboard specifically for questions for the podcast. You put it in there. I'll be more than happy to answer your question, right? Hipster Genius from the Chalkboard Sports Group of mine. You want to join? Link is in the chat, right? But Hipster Genius asks, does the fact that Kevin Durant didn't win a title on his own in Brooklyn make what he did in Golden State less impressive? Now, here's my take on that, right? At the end of the day, nobody cares about feelings. Like, you could argue and debate back and forth how you feel about Kevin Durant's 2 titles, how you feel about LeBron James's move to Miami, how you feel about, you know, Kevin Durant joining forces with Kyrie Irving, creating a super team in Brooklyn. You know, how you feel about Boston in 2008 joining forces to win a title when they did that. All of that to me is feelings, right? At the end of the day, Boston won in 2008. At the end of the day, Miami was formed by LeBron James, Chris Bosh, D. Wade. They went to 4 consecutive NBA finals and they won 2 of them, right? So I don't think that because Kevin Durant didn't win in Brooklyn, if he were to get moved, that would his Golden State years make it less impressive. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to sit here and act like Kevin Durant just went to Golden State and hopped on that bandwagon. No. Go look at his averages in those NBA finals. He deserved both of those finals MVPs. He was the best player on the court, no doubt. So whether it's less impressive or not less impressive, at the end of the day, Kevin Durant is a 2-time champion, 2-time finals MVP, and because of that, you have him in your top 15 all time. Simple. Because if you take him off Golden State and he never goes there and he stays with Russell Westbrook and they win nothing, do you have Kevin Durant in your top 15 still? No. You have Kevin Durant in your top 15 for what he did in Golden State, point blank period. And not to mention the fact that he has 26,000 points, 7,000 rebounds, one of the greatest scorers of all time, league MVP, 2-time finals MVP. Like, everything that couples with it. So if he doesn't win in Brooklyn, even though the situation wasn't ideal or what he expected it to be, you had Kyrie cutting up. He was injured the first year. Then you had Kyrie playing half the games. The camaraderie was tossed. Then they go to the playoffs the previous year. Kevin Durant is basically carrying these boys against Giannis and them. He did all he could. So we're not going to sit here and act like Kevin Durant wasn't producing at a high level still. Then they get bounced out of the first round in these playoffs, last year's playoffs. So it's like, oh, if Kevin Durant decides to run from this, does that make what he did in Golden State less impressive? No. You need great players to win a title. I don't care who you are, where you are, what you're doing. You have to have great players to win a title. Nobody's ever done it without Hall of Fame talent around them, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 guys throughout the 100-year history of the NBA, 75-year history of the NBA. So miss me with all of that shit. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, whoever decided to tune in for the Sports Be Ever podcast, man. I just wanted to drop in, have a quick chat with y'all, see what y'all been up to, man. Like I said, if you want to join my fantasy group, I am also doing a giveaway. Join my chalkboard. The link is in the description. The link will be in the chat. If you're looking at it from YouTube, the link is also in my TikTok bio. Just search OG the Beast. You can find the link to my chalkboard. Hop in there. And, you know, let's have some great conversations, man. I appreciate every single one of you guys that join and support me. But like I say, you want an opportunity to win a jersey, get in the chalkboard. You want to have an opportunity to join this fantasy football league. Only 12 teams, 2 12-team leagues. Join my chalkboard. I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed. OG out. What's up, y'all? OG the Beast here, and I appreciate you tapping into the Sports Behavior Podcast. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. But if you want to stay connected with me, go ahead and drop me a follow on each and every one of these socials. That's how you stay locked in, man. I appreciate y'all stopping in. We talk football. We talk basketball here. And once again, you are greatly appreciated for stopping by. OG out.